Could you excuse us? Ariel says, and she's just gonna like take a hold of Saz and walk over to the table, and you'll see them have a little bit of a powwow over at the other table.
I'll say.
Can I quickly interject as well?
Yeah, you can interject.
Because while this was going on, and during the climax of this conversation, I just used my troll voice ability to whisper to the other table, "Upward."
Yes.
I'll say when I kind of talk, Gabe's kind of like not ranting, but he's kind of just like muttering things under his breath in like Celestial. Because I assume since I'm an Asmar, I can speak that. I'm just like, oh, like basically being like, come on, guys. I'm supposed. Can you at least give me a sign? Something like this is gonna happen. Just one little sign.
So I'm gonna answer in common. I'm pretty sure this is some sort of sign, Mr. Stoll.
Out of character, I think they were giving you signs. I believe Loxodon was mentioning about his daughter.
I know.
My daughter is very good with fashion, and she picked this out for me too. I think they were definitely giving you signs.
I know. It's like, give me more direct signs.
More obvious.
I'm pretty oblivious. It's not my fault.
Yes. Why does Cade get a whole like newscast announcement, and I just get subtlety?
Damn divine intervention in your subtle way of hitting things.
Gabriel,
Yeah?
while they're over there, do you want me to like put on some music or something? Is there like a do you want me to kind of try to okay, not set the mood. That's not the right thing. Right. I can try to do something if you want.
No. Like I said, nothing you can try to. Let's see just how this plays out. I mean, you might want to see Raphael and Angie again. You mean, you guys know each other from that time.
Yeah, actually I do. I do remember them, I think. Yeah, the crossbow. Right. Maybe we can catch up. They're just about my age, aren't they?
Yeah, they're 17.
Oh, well, they're a little older than I am. Or are they? Shit.
Forrest has to look back at his own.
My age changed several times. I forgot which it was. 16.
Looking at ID.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just a little older than me. But, well, it doesn't quite work like that. Like, human or... Well, you're not exactly human, are you?
No, me...
And neither is she.
Well, yeah, but Asimars and Tieflings, they basically have the same lifespan. It's just that I live 10 years longer. We mature at the same rate, and then we...
I mean, if you don't speak your words right, you might not. But that's besides the point.
I get that. So what are they doing?
So yeah, they definitely seem to be in some sort of powwow discussion. But then eventually, Loxodon will like snap his fingers, and one of the waiters will arrive, and he's just gonna point at your table and point at his table, and the waiter will then approach you and says, "Excuse me, Mr. Stoll. The gentleman over there asked if you would be interested in combining tables together, so you all could sit together and have a meal."
Yes, that sounds great.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. We'll move all of your dishes and glasses over to the new table.
And thank you for all your hard work.
Of course, sir. Please let us know if there's anything that we at the Titanic can do to make your evening a lot more pleasurable. Yeah. So you'll start transferring your stuff over. I think that the kids will stand up because they have to move tables and chairs around. You can see that your son in particular is not happy about this. I wouldn't say he's shooting daggers at you, but he really does not seem to be comfortable with you joining them. Angie seems very torn right now. I think overall she also feels uncomfortable about this, but not as outwardly obvious as, say, her mom or her brother.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that Ave, when Raphael stands up, something falls out of his pocket. An object falls out of his pocket, and what you see appears to be this really beautifully carved wooden figurine of Loki, which has been half painted. He will. I think when Raphael notices that the figurine had fallen out, he'll pick it up, he'll scoop it up, and then quickly put it back into his pocket again. But you'll sit so that they'll situate you such that the Loxodon, like Gabe's kids and family are on one side and the rest of you are on the other side. And I'm gonna say that Raphael is sitting across from Abe.
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess the order is Raphael, Abe, and then Gabe and Ariel. The Loxodon and Cade, and then Angie and Forrest. I think that's probably how it's going to be situated.
When Angie kind of comes in as to get ready, I think Gabe kind of goes for a hug to see what her reaction is. Kind of.
She'll give you a hug.
And after he hugs, he goes, "Did I do good? Did I follow it right?"
Thumbs up for me, Dad. I'm very impressed.
Thanks. Also, he kind of looks at Raphael. This is Forrest. You might remember Forrest. Remember when we used to go do kind of that LARPing stuff?
Oh yeah, I kind of do remember you. I don't remember Forrest though.
I'm Oilo. But it's Forrest now. I changed my name. It's a pleasure to meet you again, Raphael. Yeah.
Yeah.
and you too, Angie.
And Angie will nod, and Angie will say, "How's your grandpa?"
He's doing all right.
I do miss the LARPing that they, over at your ranch. I wish that they continued doing that. Well, they are sort of LARPing now. It's just converted into the La Vida Loca place. But anyway, you all will sit down and, you'll start to eat, and the Loxodon will probably break the ice and say, "So, Gabriel, I heard you're a very high up, important person in the gaming industry."
I work for Inquisition Tech. I mean, I am the lead in Vita. I'm one of the lead game designers in Vita. I work directly under the CEO and the leader of the Confederate Wands.
And these are your colleagues, I hear?
Yes, we started a new beta testing kind of program, and this is the first group. They wanted me to lead it, and I figured this is a good way to help out with, with group dynamics.
While you're having this conversation, Ariel, his ex-wife, is studying everybody else at the table, and when she lands at Kevin or Cade, did you introduce you haven't introduced any of your colleagues by name yet.
No,
but when she looks at Cade, besides you, she kind of pauses, and she's just kind of she stays on Cade for a little bit.
Yeah.
Not staring, but certainly like paying more attention to you at the moment visually.
Okay.
So
Cade wants to find the person who knows how to do dinner etiquette the best and is just copying them.
Okay.
Best you can.
That would probably be the Loxodon.
Okay, so I'm staring at him while she's staring at me.
Okay.
Nice.
He's got like a nice glass of wine in his hand. He's holding it very,
Seriously, just mimicking him.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
So, what do you do? What's your name, sir?
Saz.
Oh, Saz, yeah.
I'm a pastor, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes, actually, that's one of the main reasons why I arrived here is to continue with the ministry and try to find more people for our flock.
Well, would any god in particular?
Yes, actually, Mirage is the name. Ever heard of her?
No. I'm not too much in the the god figures. I know, given what I would think that, but
she is the goddess of identity and self-realization, self-reflection. My purpose is to try to guide and help people to determine their true selves, who they are destined to become.
That sounds like a very noble cause.
He will smile and thank you. Do you worship any gods yourselves, Gabe?
Not in particular. I mainly pray to kind of my ancestry, if that makes sense.
That makes sense, yes.
I honestly don't know what angelic bloodline I'm from. My dad's never told me. So I just pray and hope to hear.
I'd like to think that through your spirituality and faith that you are able to raise such fine, well-behaved children, he says, waving his hands over to the other kids.
Yeah, they are amazing.
Raphael, right now, he's just kind of poking at his food right now. He's not really paying attention to the conversation, but he's just kind of, he looks very detached from this, and he's just not at all engaged and doesn't seem to like the idea of you eating together with the family right now.
Forrest
so he's not even making
been pulled and detached a little bit from the conversation and does not appear to be really there either.
Angie giggles a little bit because she's sort of like watching Cade mimic everything that the Loxodon is doing, and I think she sort of like snickers slightly as she's eating some of her pad thai as well.
So, Raphael, right?
Yeah, he says, turning towards you. He didn't answer you right away, but then when you call out to him, he like raises his head up.
Seems like you're a little bit out of it. Rough deal.
He shrugs a little bit and he says, it's nothing. The food's fine. It's just got a lot on my mind.
Oh, that's fair. Happens now and then. I noticed you dropped like a small figurine. Looked like fancy woodwork.
Oh yeah, it's my Vita character. He pulls it out and he shows it to him. I'm still painting it right now. It's Loki.
Name. Yeah, the name sounds familiar. I think it's something mythology masquerades.
Yeah. Do you play the game?
Yeah, we beta test together, me and Gabe.
Oh. Like, what have you beta tested recently? He suddenly starts looking a little bit more interested and engaged in at least your conversation.
Well, it was a shootout, really. Some bandit-like figures with sniper rifles, just shooting people left, right, and center. They turned into like Lego blocks. So it was really weird.
The festival.
Yeah.
Oh, you were there at the festival?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I was on the test server also.
Were you now?
Yeah. Who are you?
That's the policy of the beta testing. We can't really tell it.
Oh.
We have to wait until that's over. But
I got you.
I'll tell you eventually. Then. You seem like
what did you think of? What did you think of the story?
Well, it's quite interesting to me. It has some work still, of course, but it has a good basis. Huh? It's the tension was there definitely. The difficulty was fairly high, and it felt like there were a lot of stakes involved. So that's always fun.
Well, if just throwing it out there, if you were looking for a figurine like this for your character, I highly recommend the guy that I got this from. He does really great work.
Yeah, I do like that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, who is this person that you're talking about?
He's actually a Kenku, just like you. His name is Rook.
Oh, that's interesting. What are the odds? Did you find another Kenku in this lovely city. We don't pop up that often, you know.
Yeah, he'll nod a little bit. And then he says, "How long have you lived here?"
Over a year, I think, almost, give or take. Used to live back outside of the city. It's a little bit more rural.
You like it here, okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's different. It takes getting used to, but yeah, I kind of like it. It's busy. There's always something happening. You can just walk around the corner of the building and just spot someone that you know from years ago, or just bump into each other, bump into someone new that apparently turns into your best friend or so. It has its fun. The city. It's a little crowdy sometimes. And, it could use a little bit more nature or trees. Maybe a park here and there would be lovely. But other than that, I kind of like it.
He chuckles a little bit. Nature, more trees. You sound just like Rook.
Do I know? Where does this person's shop? Where could I find this person's shop?
I found him pedaling a little bit in the park. You know, where the big Ferris wheel is.
The Ferris wheel in this world, right? It's getting a little foggy.
Yeah.
All right, but he doesn't have his own shop. Then he's pedaling around.
Yeah, he sells them. He says he only, pays them at enough of a price to, get what he needs. He's actually lives off of the wilderness. Calls himself a druid or something.
That's funny. A druid in the city. Sounds like a special type of person. This week.
Yeah, he's always talking about, how people need to take care of nature and respect the animals and things like that. I think I like him. He seems a bit down to earth,
Yeah, sounds like a lovely person.
Yeah, you remind me of him. Not that you all look the same to me or anything. That's not what I meant.
That could be a little bit rude if you say that to every kangaroo, so try not to do that.
Yeah.
But I'll forgive you for this one.
Yeah, he pulls on his collar a little bit because he feels a little like he put his foot in his mouth there. So.
Yeah. So start to get a little bit quieter. So what's the deal with your parents?
He looks a little uncomfortable because they're right there. Are you trying to whisper so that they can't hear?
Yeah, because we're on the edge of the table, right?
Okay, yeah. He'll lean in and he'll say, "Mom and Dad, well, I mean, they obviously got divorced, but it's because my dad didn't try hard enough."
Well, I think any type of relationship, it takes two to get it to work, no?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Saz. Saz is great. He's wonderful, actually.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
It's just he's not my dad, and I don't know. I just wish he tried harder.
Yeah, it's true. It would be nice if every relationship, every family tried their best to just make it work. But yeah, that doesn't always happen. Sadly.
No.
Oh yeah, but hey, at least he seems like a nice guy. Lots of them. Maybe a little bit boring if you ask him. Just a clergy type. Not really into those. They tend to be a little bit stiff.
You're not religious at all?
I am a little bit, but my family tends to be a little bit over religious sometimes. More of the demanding luck kind of stuff and that thing. So I got a little overdose when I was young. But I guess I'm a little bit religious. Yeah, I pray now and then.
Oh, I mean, our family isn't like judgmental or, or nothing like that. Saz, he just wants to help people.
Yeah, it's a good cause. Your dad is trying to help someone very important as well right now. You see that man over there? And I point towards Kate. He has he doesn't have it very well in our society. And your dad is actually trying to get him better, get him worked in it. Like someone who doesn't fit really within our society. And your dad is trying his very best to make sure that he can. Nice, huh?
That is nice. Yeah. How long have you been working with my dad?
I think half a year or so, maybe a little bit more. Was this my first jobs that I got here? So, well, ignoring the ever so often little things, but the first big job that I got, and I'm still there. Quite nice, actually.
Okay. So you don't know if he's hanging out with anyone other than you all. You're sort of maybe kind of catching what he's implying. If he has like a special friend at all, is what he's implying.
Definitely. Not really. No. No, not really. He's putting a lot of his time in. And I was going to say work, but Abe is rethinking his thoughts. He's putting a lot of time in the project. Investing a lot in his people.
Yeah, that's all very important, he says, looking down.
Well, he's changing. I do remember back in the days when I first started here. It was really... I barely saw him from his office. He was always there, always working. But as soon as he starts this idea of the beta testing, he started to get out more. And I remember when he hired me, we had a huge party. Because I don't think he ever had done that before, but it was quite nice. And after that, he started to open up more to people. I think I think he's changing for the better.
He takes what you said into consideration.
Well, he's trying, and that's something.
A little too late.
Wow.
But I guess I'll take that.
Well, honestly, I don't think it's ever too late to try to fix things. It just takes both parties to agree that it's worth a shot.
I guess. He'll, finally pop something into his mouth and he chews a little bit. And then, I don't think he won't say anything unless you do.
Well, maybe just let the conversation evolve to more small talk about the game.
Yeah. Eventually, you and him, you start to bond over the game, and you can tell that he's very into it, and he's very into his character and how amazing his character is, etc., etc.
Oh, I'm hyping him up.
Yeah. Eventually, he says to tell you, and you know what? I also got this new nemesis.
Do you know?
Yeah. Have you heard of this guy, really cocky, like super over the top theatrical? I think they call him the Knave of Diamonds.
I might have. I think he was on some stream or something once about just an attack on our boat or something. But yeah, he does seem really cocky, doesn't he?
Livestream's been overhyping him a bit too much.
Yeah.
In his twatter.
It's like, what does the guy even do? If I recall correctly, I saw him on that stream and he barely even touched any of the enemies. He was just like, wow, doing some fancy trickery stuff. And
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. And it all seemed really fake to me, really. Not my kind of guy.
We'll tell you what. The next time you log in, I'll give you my handle. Just message me, and then maybe you and we can like team up against him, or something.
That sounds like a wonderful.
Time to make a second account.
It's alternate character.
Yep.
Awesome. He says, "You want to shake on it?" He like spits in his hand.
I'll spit in my hand.
All right,
Definitely.
and you shake on it. Ariel will look towards you. She only caught like you two like spitting in your hands and shaking, and she's like, "Raphael, that is so unsanitary, especially not in a place like this." And Raphael sort of says, "Mom." And Ariel is saying, "I know what happens when you make that sort of pact. Now, what is it that you two are scheming now?" "We're not scheming anything, Mom. I'm just talking to Dad's coworkers."
Whatever.
I would agree, it is unsanitary, though. There's a pandemic going on right now, you know. They said something about the silent, you know, so you don't want to transfer that, whatever it is, you know.
"I heard about that on TV," Angie says. "Yeah, it's like the silent plague or something."
Yeah, I mean, they never lie on TV, so I'm sure it's true.
Ariel kind of says, "I don't know. It sounds like a lot of hype over, you know, laryngitis."
Laryngitis. You know,
It's
I
not
could
like-
have heard. I thought I heard that before, but I'm not sure. If silent is what. And maybe I'm overthinking it. I'm not a doctor, or a physician, but I'm sure it'll pass. It's nothing.
The conversation will continue on. Eventually, you'll get the check. Go ahead.
Abe stands up after that. And just like, "Excuse me, I have to go to the restroom." And he's gonna feverly wash his hands.
Yes, you can do that. Yes, you can feverly wash his hands.
But
No.
I was gonna say when the check comes, the game's gonna be like, "No, I let me pay for it."
Are you sure? Saz asks.
No,
Be certain.
no problem. It's been a while since I ate with the kids, so this is worth more than I can pay anyways. So
Oh, all right. Sure.
and he pays.
And yeah, you can flip the bill
He
if you
pays, and he even pays like a decent, really big tip too.
like. Wow.
people.
Okay.
Because the people,
Cool.
especially because the people all actively move tables for them. So he's
Sure.
like, "Here." I was about to say, like, is there anything that happens, like, when they leave or anything, or?
Yeah, I mean the kids and Saz and Ariel, they're gonna start to leave. Go ahead.
Ariel,
But you can do something.
Ariel, can I talk to you for a moment?
Yes. Sweetheart, she turns to Saz. "Could you please, just give us a moment? I'll get the car. I'll bring the car around," Saz says, and the kids will go with Saz.
Yeah. I know you noticed one of my coworkers, and I assume you can put two and two together from what was said on the news.
Are you saying what I think you're about to tell me?
Yes.
He's Kate Oz?
Yes.
Why are you working with a serial killer, Gabriel?
Because when your only boss is now the leader of the Confederacy of Wands, apparently this is what they asked for you to do.
Gabe, it's bad enough that your job caused a rift between you and your family. And now you're letting them mess with your life? When is this going to stop, Gabriel? When are you going to learn to just say no?
I have a plan. I know you're gonna say when I say I have a plan, but I have a plan.
Gabe, you can't just continue to rely on the gods to bail you out of trouble all the time. You always do this, and every single time bad things happen, you just raise your hands up into the sky, expecting them to fix it. have you ever thought about the fact that most of the time you put yourself into that mess in the first place? You can't expect the gods to be bailing you out of the 24/7.
I told you I had a plan. Not that I was waiting for the gods to give me a plan. Didn't I?
What is your plan?
My
then,
plan
Gabe?
is to find people that he knows and eventually ease him out of the house so that I can get him out of the house without having to worry about him doing something bad.
Hold on a moment. Get him out of the house.
Yes, I was also forced to take him in too.
You were forced to take him in.
More like asked. Here we go.
Asked you and you said yes?
It was either that or they put him in a motel and then some old cranky guy in the motel says something and he kills him. Angie, they literally showed me a simulation of what he does. I'm not gonna just let him out.
Gabe, how many other people work at your company? Why does it have to be you?
I don't know.
I know why it has to be you. Because you have always been a yes man to them. You always have to have this perfect rap to be the perfect employee. And you always say yes to them. Which is something that I wish that you did more when we were together.
I know, okay. I know. I just wanted to tell you because I still want the kids to come over, but I know I just can't hide this from you.
I don't know if the kids are gonna want to come over, Gabe. I don't know if you've realized, but your son, you're not his favorite person right now.
I know. I'm just putting it out there. They're at the age where they're gonna hit adulthood soon, and I know for a fact that this is the years it's make or break for the relationship. It's the same with my dad, you know.
Gabe, I know that you and I have a lot of history together, a lot of good and also a lot of bad, but I do care about your safety.
Yeah. So
I want you to be very careful about this.
I know. I have a plan going. I'm not guaranteed it's gonna work, but I'm trying something. I really do want to make things better.
Well, good luck with that then. Because I don't know how comfortable I honestly would feel having the kids visit you when somebody like that is living there.
I get it. I just at least want to tell you so you know. I don't need an answer now. Just give me an answer when you talk things over, okay?
I'll think about it. Yes, I'll think about it. Just keep me posted on that live-in situation that you have.
No problem. And he goes for a fist, but come on, old times.
I want to call him. I want to call Gabe while they're having this.
Oh no.
You can, yeah. I mean, she'll start to she's debating whether to give you a fist bump, and that's when your phone rings. And she'll say, Gabe, I swear to the gods if that's your boss again. I
look at it. Who is it? It's Cade?
It's not your boss, it's Cade.
I go, he's with the other guys. No, it's not my boss here. Come on. I'm ignoring a call. Come on.
She's raising up her hand to give you a fist bump, but then she pauses. And then she puts her fist down and says, Gabe, can I ask you something really quickly?
Yeah.
Do you remember one of the things that you said to me back when we had the fight?
Yeah.
One of the things that you said was our marriage wasn't worth saving anymore, or something to that effect.
That wasn't...
Do you still believe that?
And he kind of looks and goes, you know I remember things very perfectly. I wish I could have... I really do wish I could have done more. I really do, but you do seem happy. And that just makes it doesn't make what I said true. But it's happy. I'm happy seeing you happier.
I appreciate you saying that. But after seeing you here today again, that argument that we had was just replaying over and over and over in my head. And I remember that when you confronted me about things, I gave you a response, and honestly, you didn't really probe as much as I thought you could have. You didn't ask too many questions. You just took most of what I said for the face value, and you didn't really follow up with many of them. And then finally, there came a point where I got fed up and I left and I walked out on you. And you didn't run after me. You didn't really fight it or argue with it. You just let me leave. At the time, I was relieved that you didn't put up much of a fight. I was relieved that you didn't try to stop me or fight with me or have it escalate any further than it already was getting. But now that I look back on it, I feel like I wish that you did. I wish that you had cared more. I wish that you fought more. Because the fact that you didn't, Gabe, makes me wonder if you really valued that relationship in the first place. Because I feel like you just gave up and didn't give it a fighting chance. You just let me leave.
Look, you don't know how many times that moment has played in my head over and over and over and over and over again. So many years it just plays in my head. And I do regret not going after you. My reason at the time was I might have been afraid of finding out what the real answer was. I didn't want to push. And I was afraid of not only just getting the real answer, but if things still didn't work out, I didn't want things to get extra worse. So I thought just letting it go was the right move to make at the time.
And that fear was stronger than the possibility of saving our marriage? It was that strong.
We normally don't lie to each other. As bad as things got, and if something was so bad that you were willing to lie to me, it must have been really bad. Because as bad as I ever got, I never lied to you once.
I guess, as terrible as this might sound, part of the reason why I was lying or deceiving you was because I was testing, maybe even subconsciously testing to see if you would call my bluff. But you didn't. But I guess, like you said, we can't go back and change anything. We said what we said, and we did what we did. Look, Gabe, whatever happens between us, that's between you and I, but I do worry about the relationship you have with our kids. I don't want our kids to be estranged from you. That was never my intention, which is why I never really gave them much details about our fight or the reason that we separated. But I don't know if you've noticed, but your son especially, he seems to be blaming you about a lot of these things. And I've tried talking to him about it, but he never really seems to want to discuss that topic with me. I think he feels how I feel, that you didn't try hard enough to save this family. And nothing that I say or do seems to be changing his mind.
Like I said, that's why I want to spend as much time as I can. I can't forcibly change what he sees, and maybe you guys are correct. I didn't fight hard enough, but I want to make things as right as I can.
Well, if that's the case, then you need to know when to say yes and when to say no, and which people you need to say yes to and to say no to. I know that you're a game developer, but that doesn't mean that you have to fix everything, Gabe. if you do fix things, make sure it's the ones that are worth fixing and worth fighting for. Because I'm telling you, you will end up to be a very lonely and unfulfilled person.
Yeah.
Which is ironic, considering how successful you appear to be at your job. You are successful. But I know you very well, Gabe. I don't think that's ever going to be enough. So you really need to figure out what parts of your life really matters.
Trust me, I know this more than anyone. It's just, like I said, you know me. It's hard.
I think I've left Saz waiting a little bit too long, so I have to go. I'm glad we had dinner together, though. And I'm glad that we had a chance to air out a few things.
All right.
Good night, Gabriel.
Good night.
And she'll leave. I'm assuming Cade had heard all of that. Yeah, good. Okay, so she'll leave.
Yeah. So I go to, I would say I go to Kat, I go, why were you calling me?
Just wanted to give you a heads up that I'm planning on moving out tonight.
Okay, where are you moving out to?
I got it all figured out. You don't have to worry about it.
Where are you going to?
Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter to you.
Where are you going to? Is it a motel? Is it a hotel?
Listen, man, I've lived on the streets for a long time. I know how to find my way where I need to be.
You're not going to on the streets. If you're gonna go somewhere, we're gonna at least do some research, find a much better place, okay? Like I said, they gave me money for your living expenses, so I can give that to you, and then we can see where you can take it from that.
I'll figure it out, man. I'll take the money. That sounds good.
Here's the thing: it's still wired to me until you get an account. So I need to know where you're spending it.
Speaking of which, we should make me a fake ID,
no fake ID. We're going to
I need a fake ID. The last person asked me for an ID to buy a suit.
You're gonna need a real ID.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Here's the thing: if you are going to be back in society, you are going to need to fully go back in as yourself, not as Kevin, not as whoever, as yourself.
I could just be Dennis. I don't have to go back in as Cade. That fixes a lot of problems.
It doesn't fix anything, trust me. As someone who's been trying to patch holes in his life for a long time, that's just putting a temporary patch on things. You need to completely fix it.
Boss man, I'm one of those holes that you're trying to patch, and I'm giving you the patch.
Yes. But if we're going to do this, we're going to have to do this right. Because you got a second chance. People don't get second chances. I messed up once big time. I didn't get a second chance. You have a second chance. All right?
I'll think about it.
All right, good. Because second chances do not come often. A lot of times you mess up once, and it haunts you for the rest of your life.
I don't think I've really messed up yet, but I'll take your word for it.
So you all go back home, and Gabe and Cade, you'll go to bed, because Cade's not leaving that night at least. I would like for both of you to please roll me a perception.
Oh boy. This is when I get jumped in my own house.
Yep. By Blockman.
Surprise. You thought we were winning in the game?
12.
Police invasion.
They're aliens, dude. They act in the fifth dimension.
Cade, you awoke in the middle of the night at the sound of... It sounds like somebody is out and about at the house, but you have a gut feeling it's not Gabe.
So, I don't know if you need to know this, Hark, but my house, I do have something that might come to this. Okay, I don't know if it'll come up, but in my house, it doesn't have like it has security rank level 4.
Of course,
which
I'm assuming it does.
Yeah, so so I think that
I'm assuming it does. Yeah,
so the DC is like 10, so each rank gives it by 5, I think.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Cool. So you have a security system of some sort. Yes. 100%. Figured that you would.
My first reaction is going to be to put on my night vision goggles for my utility.
Yeah.
And the second thing I'm going to do is pull out my parabolic microphone, which is a microphone I can point at walls and hear really well on the opposite side.
Yeah. So you'll start pointing at a few walls, and you will notice that there seems to be somebody who is rummaging through things in, I would say, Gabe's office.
Yeah, I'm going to do a stealth roll, and I'm going to do it legit. With the darkness that we're in, or I guess what's the environment? How is my stealth looking here?
I mean, visually, it's still the middle of the night, so...
And the lights are off throughout the house?
The lights are off throughout the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there anything I should change about my roll for that? Or just
No, I don't. I think just a base roll should be okay. I think so.
Okay, it's the exact same as if I had taken 25.
25? All right. Okay. Okay, cool. So, you will stealth
the sound.
You will walk towards the sound. And you seem to not reveal yourself when you manage to make your way to the office. And lo and behold, there is a figure there. You have your night vision goggles on? Correct. There is a figure there who seems to be, taking something of monetary value, like various trinkets maybe, of some expensive monetary value. Maybe there's a safe that's open now that maybe there's other things of value in there. I don't know.
I don't recognize this person though. I don't recognize this person.
You don't recognize the person's face because they have their back to you, but what you do see is a long, furry tail.
Ooh. Does it remind me of V's fur?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yes.
Sick. Okay.
This is why I'm happy you didn't leave that night.
Want to very quietly.
Yeah, she hasn't noticed you yet. Even though she has very good sense, But
I want to write her a note.
Okay.
That says something along the lines of not bad.
Okay.
But I'm better. And then I want to write my phone number and then sign it Kate. And I want to reverse pickpocket it on her while she's doing this.
Okay, cool. So you're not even
Oh no, she's good.
Okay.
She can do her thing.
She's all right. Yeah.
Sure. I'm gonna, along with the reverse pickpocket. Let's see, what else can I do here? I think I'll put a tracker on her for now as well.
Oh, okay.
We have multiple.
All right. If you're gonna put a tracker, I'd like for you to roll another stealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have expertise, so I just take it still, even in intense situations. I can still just take it. So 25 still.
Okay.
And the sleight of hand's 20.
So you will try to, you'll try to plant the tracker on her, and as you are doing it, because I ended up with 29, she actually leaps up into a very combative cat position, very alert, and she sort of goes,
and I'm grinning at her.
Okay, you're grinning at
and
her.
I'll just kind of whisper dude, it's been a long time, V.
She stops for a moment and she says, Kate?
Yeah, that's me.
Is this your house, Kate?
Nah.
I would never have thought. I thought this was Gabriel Stoll's house.
Yeah, it is. I'm kind of crashing here for the moment.
You're crashing at Gabriel Stoll's house?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She actually like stops, takes the bag that she was putting stuff in the sack, and then she like just kind of sits into like this really nice leather chair that I'm sure Gabe has, and she says, "What are you doing out of jail?"
They wanted me to like beta test some things, and I don't know. I think they're using me as an example or as an experiment or something. But V, I got to tell you, that's not the real vault of this house. I'll show you where it's really at.
Oh, Gabe, if you're trying to make up for lost time, you're doing a very great job.
I'm gonna take her to the fridge.
Okay, you'll take her to the fridge. Yeah, you take her to the fridge.
And I'm gonna pull out some good food and some of those apple dumplings that I made.
I have to admit, kid, when you said that this is where all the good stuff was, this wasn't what I pictured.
Yeah, well, put it in your mouth and chew it, and then tell me I'm wrong.
She sort of snorts and says, "That's not the first time someone's told me that." And then she takes the dumpling, and then she takes a bite. What is this concoction?
So
it's definitely better than the gray stuff with brown sauce.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. So Janice, great person, Janice. She makes these, and I'm trying to get as good as she is. So these aren't even as good as they get.
Your girlfriend?
Nah, just a great person.
Oh. Well, I think I will pocket this.
Yeah.
She will pocket that for later.
I can leave here. I'm not super attached here. Do you want to, I don't know, where are you living? What do you want to do? Let's go do something.
She says,
Wow.
I have my hands full for the rest of the evening, unfortunately, but I would not be opposed for us to catch up more formally when I'm not in the middle of my work, she says, like raising up her sack.
Oh, I already gave you my number. It's in your left pocket.
She checks. Very good, Cade. You are very good. Well, what are you doing tomorrow night then?
I actually do have a date tomorrow night.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you now?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Her name is Jennifer.
Jennifer's a nice name.
Yeah.
Taking her to some place. Very nice too.
Yeah, we're going to the Thai Tanic.
That's a fancy schmancy
Right?
place.
Dude, I got these fools paying for me.
How can I get signed up for this?
I don't know, like, I'll ask around. I think it'd be really fun to have you as part of the team, but you know what? Like, stop by whenever you want. I love having you here.
As tempting as that would be, I feel like that might make me a little bit too soft with my physical expertise. I don't know. I sort of prefer this line of work than having it just, no offense, handed to me on a silver platter.
It suits you. It's so good to see you. I've missed you.
I've missed you as well. It's been quite some time since, the old days. Well, no offense to your friend, I suppose, friend who's letting you stay here.
I'm a job to him.
His last name is Stoll, so I figured would be very poetic for me to steal some things from someone whose last name is Stoll.
That's true. I do like that. Yeah, other than tomorrow night, I'm free most nights. I'd love to get together. That sounds amazing. If you want me to help with a job, I'm sure I could be of assistance in a job. That sounds great.
She says, if you can direct me to other places where I can get more of these dumplings, I would be all for it.
Yeah, I'll just try and make those for you myself. I'm directing you right now to where you can find more of those.
Nice.
Yeah, but Gabe has a bunch of rich friends. I'll kind of pay attention to all of them and start giving you some names.
I would like that.
You got it.
Feel free to text me. She'll, quickly text you her phone number as well.
Friend, except IRL this time.
Yes.
Moving up in the world. All right.
It's good to see you again, Cade, and it looks like you're doing fairly well for yourself.
Yeah, I don't plan on staying here much longer, but
I have another question before I leave, however. Have you... You haven't kept touch with Amarillo, have you?
oh, it's funny you mention Amarillo. No, I didn't keep touch with them, but they've recently popped back up in my life.
I see. I think they go by a different name now, though.
Yes, that's right. They go by Forrest now.
Yes. I was just curious because, well, we've had sort of a... We haven't spoken in a while. We've had a little bit of a falling out.
Were you friends?
We were not enemies.
Do you want
We
to?
were...
Do you want to be?
I would say we were friends at some point.
If you want to send them a message, I can be the delivery boy.
I don't know if that's necessary, but I was just curious how they were doing.
So you're just gonna ask me how they are, and that's it. And if you care enough to ask that, I think you care enough to talk to them, right?
Well, I suppose if they're curious, but the last time we spoke, they weren't particularly approving of my line of work.
I know the feeling. Well, I won't say anything. I'll get a read on how they feel about you, and I'll keep you posted.
She'll nod. And then she'll say, I think I'm off the clock now, so I have to jump to my next meeting. But I'll chat with you later. All right, Gade?
See you, V. Have a good night. And I'm gonna like say bye without like touching her at all, or like any sort of physical contact. No, just going to bed.
Sure. And because she caught you trying to put the tracker on her, you did not successfully put the tracker on her. She would be like, no, that's okay.
Cool.
You can keep your tracker. No. So she'll leave. The next morning, we'll roll around, and yeah, Gabe, even with your state-of-the-art security system, you will notice a few things missing from your house. Now, there's nothing that is like that you would necessarily miss. There are like these random trinkets that could be maybe pawned for other things, like a really nice watch here. That's not the watch that you brought, but like a really nice watch here, a really nice whatever item here. Maybe there were some things in the safe that she took, but again, for all intents and purposes, it's nothing that's you would miss, but it's like, oh, it's a bit of annoyance that somebody got past my security.
Like, people, I work hard for this damn shit.
Just a note is that Kate's bags are packed. He's ready to go at a moment's notice. Like, he's not settled in here. But no, he would not mention anything about last night.
Like I said, you just go, did you hear anything?
Nope. Slept like a baby. I actually rolled really good on deception. I got a 22.
Horrible. My insight's horrible, so it's not going to be.
Yeah, you won't.
It's 18. Actually.
Uh-oh. Do you want to... Have you used your... Do you want to use a card?
I shuffled before.
All right.
I got an 8.
Which is a 4, which is a 22. Which I will say that you think Kate's hiding something.
You wouldn't be hiding anything from me, would you, Cade?
Of course not.
That's good. That's good. Like, so you just kind of just silent. And he's kind of just like, all right. Because you would tell me if there was anything, right? I would hate, because I'm going to call the cops, and of course they're going to see a criminal here.
Oh, unless I go, right?
I mean,
Offer still on the table. I'm getting some mixed messages, man. I feel like you want me to go, you want me to stay.
I feel like you're hiding something from me.
No, never.
I'm just telling you now. it's a lot and it's a lot easier to tell me the truth than is to lie. Because if you lie to me and I find out you lie, it's a lot bigger deal.
Sure. Yeah. Call the cops. Do your thing. I get it.
But you're telling me you know nothing.
No, that's right. Yeah, not a thing.
Nothing.
I slept like a baby all night.
All right. All right, and I'm gonna call the cops. I'm gonna call the cops and be like, I think Kadon knows something about it.
Okay, I mean, yeah. So you'll call the cops, and they will, check. Whoever this is, they were very clean.
Yeah.
Like they're not able to like. I mean, they'll file the report, but they probably won't be able to see anything that'll definitely trace it back. You'll mention that K-Dawes might know something, but the problem is,
just
like, he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have... They might do a search of his stuff, but he won't have anything.
Yeah.
So they unfortunately can't really do anything with him at the moment. But they'll keep a note of it, though. So, all right. Let me get to Forest.
Okay.
So, did you have something planned for the next day at all, Ethan? Because otherwise I have something planned for you.
I was actually going to call up an assisted living center.
Sure. Okay, go ahead. And what are you trying to do?
I just wanted to check in on a patient there. I do it fairly often. I haven't done it in a little bit. But I just wanted to see maybe somebody was if everything was all right, or has his condition improved, worsened? Is he still all right and happy?
Yeah, they. I guess they'll ask. You're talking about your grandfather, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they'll let you know that your grandfather's doing fine. Although he did mention your name a few times and mention that he misses your visits, and I don't think he's seen you for a little bit. So that's what I will say.
And I'll have another number in my phone that I'm thinking about texting because it was mentioned to me yesterday, but it's too much, and I don't send the text, and it's just sitting in my phone. I think Forrest will go to the facility, and there is then a moment where, like, they know the room number. They know all the details. They've met the staff once or twice. But there's just apprehension, and nerves are too much, and just kind of standing outside the room, and I just walk back down the hallway.
You'll have the apprehension, you'll turn around, you walk back the hallway, but when you turn around, you accidentally run into someone. Oh, pardon me, the female says. You bump into someone who's relatively short. This short female halfling. And as soon as you bump into her, she says, Amarillo?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You recognize this person as Janice Appledew, the neighbor of your grandfather. Janice Appledew.
Janice? Is that you? Oh my goodness, it's been a while.
I know it's been a while. The last time I saw you, you were, I think you were actually my height, she says, chuckling.
Oh yeah, I had a little bit of a growth spurt.
Are you here to visit your grandfather?
Yeah, I was actually just going home.
Oh, she says. How is he? Like, what did he say? Did he mention anything about the ranch?
Well, he's doing fine. He's got all his stuff there, but he's mostly doing okay.
Roll me a deception.
I did. So.
Oh, what did you get?
21. I started the conversation with a deception roll. I DM'd it, or GM'd it.
Gotcha. Dr. Janice is a therapist. She's very insightful. She got a 31.
Oh shit.
So she can tell when people lie. She's very good at sussing out liars. So she says, Amarillo, did you not actually see your grandfather? I think you're not being completely truthful.
I see him sometimes. And I visited today, but I don't always walk in the room, no.
Why not? You don't think he wants to see you?
Sometimes.
Why would you feel that way? You're his grandchild.
You remember what happened?
She'll nod. I do. Do you think about that much?
All the time.
Amarillo, in my line of work, I talk with a lot of people with a lot of regrets. I also talk with a lot of people who don't have any regrets for what they did, or what they believe some people believe that they did, at any rate. I think the fact that you are thinking about these things is good reason for you to see your grandfather, is all I'm saying. You have the ability to do that. Many of my clients don't have that luxury. And if you don't mind me saying, there aren't very many opportunities left for you to see him if you want some sort of closure.
You're right. I know you're right. I know you're right. I know I'm wrong. It just doesn't feel that way sometimes.
What are you most afraid of? Are you afraid that he will blame you? Or are you more afraid that he will forgive you, but you won't be able to forgive yourself?
A little bit of both. Mostly the latter.
Yes, that is a bit of a dilemma, I admit.